What's going on? It's Sunday. I know we've been absent for like the last 2 weeks. I blame everything on KM.
Time out. Wait a minute. I got to jump in this right now and cut you off. I thought we took a 2-week absence because you were going to come out with the new intro, and you come out with the old intro?
No, hold your horses. Hold the horses.
I can't
Don't
believe you,
ruin
fam.
the anticipation. Why you always gotta ruin things?
Because that's why we took the 2 weeks off so you could start it with the new
I
video.
know that. I
I'm
know
sorry,
the title.
community.
No,
I'm so sorry for
no.
this.
I know the title says off the rails, but you can't go off the rails this early. Anyways, I know we took 2 weeks off, guys, but we back and we're gonna talk about crossover 7 and some other hot indies out there in the field. I had a couple of special guests and the usual bums that join us. So hopefully you like the show. And yeah, so we're gonna introduce the bum that likes to interrupt me first with the new intro by Mrs. Price. Appreciate you.
Boom. Thank you, Miss Price. Appreciate it.
Oh, man. I can't stand you.
You're welcome.
No, thank you. Thank you, J1, for letting me steal some of your wife's time of the day. Yeah, man. Wanted to get started with the talk show and wanted to see what introduce the rest of the people so we can get started with the topics, man.
All right. So we got first timer. We got Tim Martinez. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
Appreciate you coming out, brother. How you been? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
All right, yeah, definitely. Love to hear what you got to say. KM's gonna take over the show with his weirdo questions, as Comic Journey would call it. Speaking of Comic Journey, I got something for y'all. Let's welcome Comic Journey to the house, man.
It makes my ears pop, and if it's Meta's music, I don't even know what to say about that. So it's some great music.
So it's that being said, you know that I'm a rebel and I do what I want. So we're gonna introduce J1 next. Boom. What's up, brother?
Oh man, not a lot. How's everybody doing? Thanks for having me.
Don't you miss that original intro, man?
I do. It's way better than the remix.
Oh, bad. But how you been, man?
Not bad. A little busy. You don't want to look at my room right now. It's just total. There's books laying everywhere.
I sound like you.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You really should be. Not you, J1.
Oh,
okay. How did you put a video for J1 and you didn't ask Mrs. Price, since she was already working on the video that I asked for her, for a video for the incoming new guests?
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself,
Yeah, it's called not wanting to overload.
These motherfuckers, all they did, they're just the most ungrateful, just pessimistic, negative Nancy's. Oh my God, you guys! Hey, here's the world's
Comic Journey didn't get a video, and I'm sure as well Meta's gonna get his intro.
Violin.
All right,
Meta's gonna. Hey, you put respect on that video, fam.
Oh my god.
You leave that video alone.
That
How dare
video
you.
will forever
You had
stay
me
there from a
you
boy
had me
Hydra.
thinking this motherfucker was about to jump in the show and shit.
I know. I was nervous too. I was
I
like,
know, motherfucker. I got nervous and shit. What the fuck kind of shit you pulling,
So with
man, with
that
that
being
bullshit?
said, when
This
people
is-
aren't supposed to talk when they ain't supposed to, J1, what's going on?
Dude, I'm good. It's fun.
Introducing the last, but not the last,
with the
somewhat the
intro,
last,
I bet.
the bum. Yeah.
It is a name what strikes fear into the hearts of anyone what hears it. That's right, it's metaphorical.
Hey, look, I don't appreciate
Well,
all
I
the
just
I
wanted
don't
to ask
appreciate all the fucking slander.
how Captain Bucky thick is.
Oh my god! Just because you want Cap to have a fat ass
Nah,
ain't my
I'm
problem,
good,
man.
son. That's all you. You said Captain America's
No,
thick.
I said Black Widow was thick, nigga.
I didn't see a Black Widow on the table, so you know.
I
I
thought it
mean,
was
she
funny.
was on the same cover. I don't know how you seen past her to Cap, but I mean, you must only got eyes for Cap. That's your problem.
I seen Bucky and I seen Cap. Man.
I know that's what I'm worried about. Is that how'd you miss the only chick on the cover?
I thought it was all about Bucky with you, Meta.
That's
It
right.
could be. It
right.
could be. It could be.
Hey,
You know, mistakes
I-
were made, lessons were learned. You know, what can I
I
say?
got your back, Tim, and Comic Journey.
How dare y'all, traitors?
Next time we'll have a video for y'all, fam, like a guest appearance video.
I
This is
promise. I
You know,
promise.
it's gonna just have somebody getting kicked in the balls.
I mean, when you got editors that sleep on you, it's kind of hard.
Oh my god. I'm sorry that I told you you can always clone me and get a doppelganger, and then I would have some time to actually sleep and take a shit and shit. You know?
I was just kidding. Nothing but love. Nothing but love.
No, man. Go ahead, man. Never mind.
What you got, man?
Nothing, man. I'll save it. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
You ain't, man. Come on, man. I'm built like a brick shit house.
Shit. All right, Cal. Let's get this bad boy started. What's up?
Language.
Oh my god, who said that?
Comic Journey.
All right. Well, I'll give you a pass, Comic Journey.
See, when you give Cam the floor and he doesn't take it,
what is he doing? Fucking twiddling with his thumb. He only has one of them. Shit.
half of a thumb.
How much twiddling can he do with one thumb? Let's be honest. What is he doing?
I can do a lot of twirling with one thumb.
Oh my god!
Damn!
See,
You
see how
said that.
thumbs?
Wait a minute. You said that in like a way too dirty of a way, man. Like I don't know what kind of twiddling you be doing.
This is why Cam can't take over the show, man.
I love this type of I'm not serious.
10 minutes in, we off the rails. You wasn't bullshitting when you told me to make that the top.
This is off the rails topic. No, I miss my indie show. I thought when he played the video, I really did think I was gonna get my boy in here, but
in remembrance of our boy.
Nice.
R.I.P.
Yeah, man. I really thought he was gonna be in here. So I was talking to AM Med and telling him I missed some of that indie talk we had over there, and one of the things that me and Poser probably with Hydra probably would have been talking about right now is how Nottingham blew up and stuff like that. So it's a good. I was gonna bring it as a topic today. So
I see where it said put a shirt on.
Oh, I'm already with a shirt, fam. I got a shirt. I actually got.
Why can't I see the comments? I want a refund for this StreamYard, man. What the fuck is going on with your StreamYard?
I got the Albert Einstein.
This ain't this a bitch.
And
well, but you click over to
man. Don't tell me how to live my life, man.
All right, Nottingham. We live.
Blown up. Off the rails.
No, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Since some of the MCU talk has been slowing down, there's been some good books selling here and there. We all know a couple. Eternals has been another book that started heating up, but whatnot. But some of the books that have been really selling on the market have been indies, man, and they've been picking up like with
Prince, what's up?
Nottingham, We Live #5. We Live the whole run, you can actually say. I mean, just that issue #5 goes for a good amount now that it's a first appearance of a couple new
You can thank
superheroes.
You can thank us later, Miguel,
Well, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome,
for
fam.
bringing
So
you onto the indie train.
I always been an indie fam. Y'all just don't like to talk about it, so I'm trying to step away
Whoa,
some
whoa.
some of
Crossover.
What's this? What's this we
Yo,
shit?
we've been talking about crossover since day one, man. Come on. How you gonna try to throw us under the bus?
nah. You guys started going all into the mainstream and forgot about
Oh
Oh
it.
yeah,
my
by the way,
god,
my
man!
bad.
You guys
Since
turned
we're-
Hollywood and
Since the
Wait
topic
a
is
minute.
off the
Let's
rails.
be wait.
Wait.
Let's be honest.
Wait. Since the topic is off the rails, the Freeze brothers just wanted to say, I'm sorry that the Lakers lost. They had a tough game.
I know Freeze. I'm a little sad.
All I want to know is on my order list, how much of it be Marvel or even DC?
95%.
Yeah, like 95%. You're right. Like
100% cap.
right up in near there.
100% camera.
Hey, is everybody else getting like a crazy echo?
No.
No?
Uh-uh.
No, I'm good.
Guess it's just me.
Damn, son, they trying to hold you down.
Think so.
Ain't that fuck that? Shoot 'em.
Do you have the noise, the echo cancellation?
Yeah, maybe go down, look in your audio. It's got like that echo cancellation option.
Well, yeah. So the question for the panel was: do you guys think that these books are gonna hold their own? And some of these books, I mean, catch fire quickly, but not necessarily. Like we can all say something killing the children #1 and Ice Cream Man #1 wasn't a big hit until like 3 months down the line.
Yeah, but
not
you're talking. Is 3 months really that like that long of a timeline compared to
Yeah.
books that are?
Like Book World, yes.
Oh my god!
No, not necessarily.
no.
That makes sense. It makes sense because I mean, for people that are that let them go too early, they got to see.
I could put it in perspective like this. Let's take all the books that the MCU made hot. Let's take fucking all the old 90s Marvel books that are now becoming hot week to week with whatever this announcement or that announcement. So how long did those books take to heat up? Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, and that's what I was gonna say because people say, "Oh no, that you can base your faith in the MCU," but them books been dollar books forever, and they only become hot and relevant as soon as they get picked up by the.
That's not true.
Or somebody make an appearance. Like the only thing you're getting with a Marvel book. See, I wouldn't even put this on DC books. The only thing you're getting with Marvel books really is that they might appear. You got a higher likelihood due to Marvel already having an established universe that whatever random of the 1,000 of Marvel characters are going to show up in there. But I feel like the opposite now. I feel like due to the amount that it costs for intellectual property from Marvel and DC, that's why you're seeing indies now taking the forefront of value overall. Because is it cheaper for a studio to go out and try to buy a character from Marvel or DC to make a movie or a show, or is it cheaper for them to go to an indie like Scout or something and buy their shit?
Well, right now
No,
everything's going bonkers, and it doesn't even have to do with intellectual property. Everything's following, even like crappy stuff like Sleepwalker from the '90s is flying through the roof on FOMO. So you got a lot of stuff that's in the indies that are really valid, and they come in cheap. So you're going to see a lot of people actually swallowing up a lot of these intellectual properties, and some of them will never be filmed, but they're going to grab them because they're so cheap right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a lot of spec going on for a while.
I mean, you got that. You got the fact that you got a whole new.
I agree with Freeze said.
Well, that's what I was waiting for, somebody to bring that topic up. Big Freeze, dog. Hope
But
the Knicks win, because that's what I was gonna say. So, what do you think, fam? Is it key for them to keep the indies low print as it is, so they can keep the value like it is? Because what happens if they overprint run it? Even though you say it's never enough print run to feed us, it's not. But still, the specialty of these books right now, what I was gonna say with Nottingham and all these that people are what's the other book is called too? Erratic or Anatic or forget the name.
ENIAC.
Maniac.
ENIAC.
Yeah. Uh, I, those books, they're so hard to get, fam. They're just so damn hard to get. AM orders 40 copies, they send us 20. That's because he ordered 15 and they send them 6. And I was like, nah, fam, these people ain't gonna listen to you like that. You better up,
Yeah,
yeah. You better order a
Hey,
40
how you
piece
gonna
on that.
just try to throw me under the bus like that, man?
No, because I mean, we didn't know that it was
I mean, in
first.
all
We didn't.
reality, no, it is definitely true.
We didn't know it was going to be a hot issue, fam. We didn't know it was Nottingham #1 was going to be a hot issue. We usually order 15, 10, 20 copies. We keep it straight. We ain't going to lie. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, to address what Word Bubble said, I don't think Marvel's king. I think that Marvel has the easiest path to like they're already established characters. So like you got to do you're taking I think a bigger chance on Marvel because they're gonna use like the blueprints of shit that's in the comics, but they're always gonna throw like a monkey wrench and shit. So like they be like the books are very hard to like foresee a lot of the times, and even when you do foresee them, it takes them so long to like to see that spec pay off. With indies, like you're pretty safe. I bring it up all the time. You're pretty safe buying most certain type of genre indies now because the likelihood that they're going to be optioned or just quick fast tracked into production because there's a need for this content.
The
Like you
only one
have
that I would say that was a, I don't know if I should call it a sham or what, it was Berserk.
no, but I'm saying
That was a setup.
Even Berserk. Berserk is an epitome of exactly what I mean. You have an entertainer that knows he's popular. He was coming off shit like John Wick. He already was he was already reaching out to Marvel to try to play Wolverine. And now he's just doing the flip side of it and saying, if you're not going to let me play the character I want to play in an already established universe, well, I got enough clout. I can just make my own.
Yeah, hold on.
It all one.
What up, Cat?
What's going on?
Hey, Cat, can I ask you a question, fam?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna ask it anyways.
Oh
on
my
that
God.
on that intro, because I know that you play the guitar. Is that your beat? Because that shit is hard.
That's actually not me.
I was gonna say, fam. Woo! Damn, this is nice.
You
Beat,
going to play Miguel serenade, a guitar serenade.
That's Pantera Cemetery Gates.
I was about to say, I thought that was
nice.
I
somebody.
could have said it's mine.
Yeah. You definitely could have, man, because I don't listen to Pantera, so.
Probably you would have had a couple people in the chat though fighting it out with you though if you would have said it. Hey, good seeing you, bro.
I think that long term, man, for those of us that are collectors, the indies are going to be the future. You're already seeing it. You're seeing it in where the market's moving.
Now I know someone that would argue with you.
They can argue with me all they want. I mean,
Go ahead, Comic Journey.
What is everyone buying? We sell comics left and right all day. You tell me what sells the best.
Comic Journey.
Okay. Time out. I'll before Comic Journey gets in, Word Bubble's been putting up some good points. And one thing I'm gonna say, fam, you're right. Indies consistently sell throughout the auction, but Marvel bangers sell way. You have like a nail biting auction with like an X-Men,
That's
266.
because you're talking about a character.
Whoa! You said it though, fam. You said it. Marvel and indie.
Yes, I said they're starting to sideline that. Like the more back you go back historically into collecting, the more relevant Marvel and DC are, of course, because they was the only game in town. So I mean, by logical definition, of course, they're more relevant, and their books are going to be more valuable. But we're talking about we're talking about overall, right? So we're talking about over the overall scheme of things, meaning overall the market is moving from one that was centric in Marvel and DC to indie. Most of the hottest books that come out now are not Marvel and DC books. Most of the hottest runs that even keep their value now are not Marvel and DC runs. So if you're talking in retrospect, yeah, historically, because okay, in the 50s and 60s there was no indies, or what would you would have considered an indie then? So you're comparing apples to oranges. I feel like that's like a well, I mean, I feel like that's a false dichotomy. You know, it's a false comparison. So
well,
wait,
Yeah, well,
you
in
guys mind
the
if I throw my 2
50s,
cents in?
what?
You guys mind if I throw to my 2 cents in on that? As far as this is the way I look at it, and this is from a dollars and cents point of view, along with from a collector's point of view and a fan's point of view. You know, as far as the characters themselves, fans are always going to love the classics. So there's always going to be a strong market for your classic superheroes. You know, DC is not necessarily number one right now. You know, at one point they were. And the one thing that you can't take away, no matter how much bad karma they have right now, and a lot of people are down on DC, Batman will always be Batman. Superman will always be Superman. There'll always be a following for that. There'll be cartoons, there'll be movies, there'll be everything done around that. Same thing goes with Marvel, with all the classic. You know, everybody knows Spider-Man, everybody knows the Hulk. The thing is, you know, they kind of tapped the well and kind of squeeze these characters to their limits as far as trying to get as innovative as possible about it. You know, you can keep recreating different stories. You can get, you know, every so often you come up with a good story that gets people engaged, and you'll have that fandom that comes in place. But even if you're putting the same stories over and over in a different fashion with different art and that kind of thing, you'll always have a base for that. Indies, on the other hand, is a great platform for people to experiment and kind of take it to another level and kind of.
I like experimenting.
I'm sure you do, Kat.
We're talking about comics, but you know, we'll leave that for a sideline show.
But you know, the experiment part of the independence has been around for years. If it wasn't for that experimenting, you wouldn't have four turtles running around with masks and having cartoons and movies made after them. You know, so the independent element was always something that was really important to the industry, and it's continued to be important. The problem that's happening right now with the indies, yes, they're hot, but a lot of the stuff that's being put out there, I'm not saying all of it, a lot of stuff is being published, it's being written specifically to be picked up for, you know, bigger projects. And when you do that more enough, the fans are going to get tired of it, and they're not going to really gravitate it too much. You know, I could even make something.
Can I say something here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Batters up, Cat.
Hey. So I'm stupid old, and like when I was a kid, everything was about horror movies, man. Every weekend we go out and watch horror movies. I mean, and there was a different one every freaking week, and that's just the way it was. And it was a pastime for us to go to these movies, and it sparked up a whole like cult following with all these, you know, weirdo freaking, you know, horror movies. And the indies have tapped back into that. I mean, it never really left. I mean, people still like a good scare, but the comic books, the indies have really tapped into that vibe. So, you know, you got people like me that love, you know, nostalgia and, you know, going back in time a bit and a little bit of remembering. So indies have that. I don't think indies are gonna have that, like especially the horror genre. I don't think they're gonna fade out, because if they are, they would have done so already. I mean, they had horror books in the 50s.
Well,
They're
to
still around.
expand on your point and kind of expand on Journey's point as well, I feel like now basically indies are like the friendlier gap between those like household name superheroes that are just flat out traditional superheroes. In indies, you have stories that are like closer to life, that are closer to other forms of media, like horror genre, like they can just be more seamless as far as like Walking Dead. Walking Dead, if you had never knew that it was based on like a graphic novel, you would just think that it was a show. Or Extraction. That's another uh thing that came out on Netflix that is from literally a graphic novel that doesn't play on the traditional superhero trope. So like I think that that's where indies kind of why you're seeing this bigger uptake from like Netflix, the movie industry and stuff like that is because they're stories that aren't just all traditionally hung on the traditional superhero wearing a cape, having an alter ego. Like some of them are stories that are less black and white than that, as far as them being superhero ish. You know what I'm saying? Like the central part of the story isn't always it being a superhero. So, and I think that
Well,
it,
you could say Rick Grimes was a hero, but he was a savage hero, and it
Well,
was a
no,
real human.
what I'm saying is, if you look in DC and like Rick Grimes has no special power, is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, yeah,
every
yeah. I
person
agree.
in DC or Marvel has a fucking power. So kind of where indie shine, and I believe especially now, and especially what we're saying in that connection is that not everything is based on just superheroism. Like there's more stories to be told than just ones about superpowers. If that makes sense. So I think that Marvel and DC have kind of Comic Journey touched on it perfectly when he said that they've beat that trope kind of to death. That's why what was popular now in the superhero genre? The boys. Why? Is because really the adult comic collector in us and the adult like comic fan in us, we're looking for something more than just that traditional. This guy has a power. Who get like we want or a hero that's just a hero all the time. We want like something more dynamic. You understand? So like that's what shit like The Boys does. It brings that superhero tale into like a more real world, if that makes sense.
That makes absolute sense, and that's the part of experimenting with the independence that you can get away with. If you put together a series like The Boys, which is pretty nuts, it's one of these really demented books, but it's got a lot of people that are really hot about it. And actually, I got into it too. I saw the series on Amazon. I'm like, what the hell is this? So let me check it out. So it was like a couple of different things, but it could have been a colossal failure at the same time. But it's no harm, no foul, other than the publisher and the person that created it. For the big comics like a Spider-Man, a Batman, Captain America, a Hulk, they're going to take risks up to a certain point with these characters because there's too much at stake to screw around with it. There's too much money at stake. They're going to go with the formulas. They might play around with some storylines, but they're not going to risk completely dismantling a character and destroying them unless there's a good reason to do that. So you know you're going to get those storylines coming in from the big boys, and they're going to continue doing well. They're going to always do what they do, and the independents are really going to have to either tighten up on what the stuff that they're putting out there as far as kind of going back to the basics. There's some really great storylines going on right now, but there's a lot for every one great indie book that you have out there. I'm sure there's another 50 that are mediocre, or if not, they're just basically developed to try to get some kind of IP kind of deal with some kind of studio. So it's a weird thing that's happening right now. I think the market's flooded with indies more than any other time right now, but I don't think that's going to continue as far as keeping that many titles and that many companies out there by putting very generic stuff out there. The stuff that's great, like the something killing the children, and some of these other stories, like the Ice Cream Man, that have like a really intriguing kind of story. They're gonna stick around.
Well, so
It,
what, to kind of follow up on all this, and since we don't have like a specific topic, I wanted to know what everyone's take was on AT&T talks to take over like Warner Brothers, DC.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
When I said off the rail, I didn't mean start bringing up internet and phone companies.
No, bro, I'm talking about AT&T is literally about to buy fucking DC. That's relevant. Like I'm saying, AT&T,
Well,
like they about to own fucking DC. So you're gonna have like
Can they
3
get any
streaming.
more woke?
I mean, oh, shit.
There's
I mean,
going to be gender studies going on in the comic books. I'm
So
telling
it
you.
sounds like you're gonna have like your 3 streaming services between like Warner, Discovery Media, AT&T's assets, and like Netflix, and then Disney.
Here's a pretty bonkers thought. I don't know if anybody else thought of this, but I would love to see nothing more than Marvel buying out DC after this merger happens. All the entities, all the characters, and love to see how they integrate all these characters in the same universe. That would bring new life and a new dimension to the big comic industry altogether. And it's a little bit of crazy thought, but I think it would be an amazing thing if done the right way. How great would it be seeing, regular type of settings where Batman and Spider-Man are in the same universe and that kind of thing. I think it'd be great, but I don't know. That's just me.
I think McFarlane would stop that. He tried to throw some shit in the game.
I think Image would try to buy out DC before they let Marvel.
You know what? McFarlane has great money, but they don't got Disney money.
Yeah, they sure the fuck don't. So.
Oh yeah, you're right. They don't.
I feel like AT&T would try. Like that's why I don't think that AT&T or would let.
Are the movies gonna come out better than what they were coming out for? Because man, the animation.
Well, I mean, because if
than...
Marvel was to basically buy DC, like they would corner the whole superhero genre. Like AT&T would not. Another major media like company that does have the deep pockets like Disney and them do would not let that shit happen. They would
never say never.
I'm just saying they would buy it because they would basically just be handing Disney the keys to Hollywood for like the next probably 20 years or so. To every form of entertainment. Like let's be honest, superhero shit is like the highest selling everything right now. Most shit you see on TV, every new show that comes out is superhero related. That's why every book's getting optioned left and right, and it's for a reason. So,
would you ever thought Disney would own both Marvel and Star Wars? And freaking Indiana Jones. They got everything.
Yep, because they're all. If you think about it, even traditionally, way back then, like Indiana Jones and all that shit was published through Marvel.
They just took Aliens and Predators off Dark Horse.
So but they literally just got that from Dark Horse. But it's because like they're getting to the point where they're just. I can see them buying something from an indie motherfucker, but I'm saying I couldn't see a big player letting that whole. All right, like you were alluding to earlier, Journey. Even I would say over Marvel that DC has the highest mind share. Like when someone thinks of a superhero, like why Spawn 10 was so important is because it kind of explains that mythos of the fact that when everyone thinks of superheroism, the first person they think of is Superman. Because he's the one that started what superheroism is. Every other superhero that exists was based off of the Superman blueprint. Like he was
absolutely.
So DC has the mind share when it comes to superheroism, meaning like their names: Wonder Woman, Batman, All of those were household names before Marvel was thought about. So they ain't even on the same level when it comes to like we were talking about value and keys or historic relevance or whatever. Well, DC is where what all comics started as. So they control superheroism, and I don't think another media company would let Marvel just corner the market basically on what it means to be a superhero.
All I'm going to say is never say never. This is a crazy environment we're in. And at the same time, I really believe that would generate a spark and an interest in people collecting the major characters in a way like they never did before. Just the endless possibilities of merging these universes together.
Well, I mean, just a sheer number of stories that you would be able to tell.
Well, I kind of think I was gonna hit this because I was gonna talk about one of the guy that was on fire, and I was gonna. It also just not all indies are fire. Let's just give credit where credit is due. You got to bring it as a writer. You got to bring it to the community, and Tinian has been bringing it. So I'm gonna just go off of what Comic Journey was saying. DC has been going bumps with some bumps, man. They were the first ones to leave Diamond because they couldn't have their books sit on the shelf. They needed their books out there to sell. They had to let go a couple writers and just so you know what I'm saying they can keep on going with their projects that they're doing with the whole future state and all that stuff that they were doing and promoting. Now, so they have a couple moves left, and my point is, you better keep the guys like Tinian, Scott Snyder, uh, Capullo as an artist. They better go with one last run to save it, or else, yeah, they might get bought out. And
Well, isn't Snyder kind of moving off on his own?
that's because
Going
these
over to
guys,
indie?
well, these guys always have like Tinian and I know Snyder. They always have one foot in and one foot in the indie company. Like they're always working with Image or other side books. So you know what I'm saying. We always get these good like Undiscovered Country. You or Tinian would do uh with J1. I guess you work for Department of Truth now because
Whatever.
AM's been saying that you work for Department of Truth.
Oh
For the
my God,
he's
he,
like, yeah,
he's
he does. He
I,
does.
I,
He's the
I
one
got
that
my boy
orders.
J1
He's
that works for the DOT, and I'm like, the DOT.
no. He works.
I didn't say
orders-
guilty.
He orders
Hey,
flux.
J1's
He orders flux capacitors all day.
no. J1's the one that orders all them caskets, some plastic fucking caskets and shit. That's what he does all day. He just orders caskets.
Who the fuck said J1 works for the DOT? You said that.
You
He
said it.
He works for the
caught you.
Department of
I
Death.
said DOJ by accident.
And
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
DOT. I was like, I can't believe. I'm gonna tell J1 he works for the Department of Truth. I want to see if there's really some shit going on, some shady shit going on in the background. Jay, let
Yeah,
your
we
boy
need
know.
answers, J1.
Since AM just threw you under the
I can
bus.
tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Oh shit.
Okay, tell AM and
Yeah, and then kill him.
Hey, just whisper in Cam's ear. That's I mean, be good, and then just kill him in the night. He'd be all right.
no,
Well,
but yeah,
didn't you
but
see that book
those
he auctioned off last from Grenada? The CIA book. There's something to that. He's got some inside stuff going on right now.
Dude, you know why it was so minty? Because he wrote it and that was his copy. It never was dropped. He said, "I'm taking a copy for myself, bitch."
It was so he never even read it.
Shit, when that thing dropped, I was 4.
What was I saying? Cam, you got a 20-minute.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's it. So we got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
For what? Y'all gonna be hooking later?
Oh no, he's gonna start the auction with
Poser.
Poser. But I don't want to end. I don't want to beat that show without having a couple of thoughts on Tim J1. I don't want you guys going out silent. What did you guys think of all's going on? I know, Tim, you buy some indies and you buy DC. How do you feel about this whole movement going on right now, fam?
I think indies are real popular because a lot of them are like miniseries, and you can make a show off that. Like Netflix bought that off. It's like a shows they can pump out real quick.
Yeah, and then one of the things too, though, that I was saying, that I was bringing up Nottingham, is because if I know people grab the books to just sometimes flip them and shit, but if you read a book or two, it was pretty cool, man. You get it from the perspective of the guy. What is it? The dude that was collecting taxes, uh, the warden or whatever.
The
It's
sheriff of Nottingham.
yeah, the sheriff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's pretty. It was pretty cool to see it from a perspective of a villain. It's good to see a book like that. Like, and then even if a book like that gets picked up, you're not gonna see it. It's not gonna be like a soft story, man. And you know how like it's a soft story, and then sometimes the somehow some way the guy wins. Well, yeah, he's gonna win, but you're gonna see it from the other guy's perspective point of view. And I kind of thought that was pretty cool of that book. I thought that was a so see that's what I say you have to bring it as a writer. You for this indie stuff to work, you have to also bring a good story, you know. And what was it? I didn't read ENIAC, but I heard about it. I'm trying to get my hands on the trade whenever it comes out so I can read it. But I heard it was based on what if um the the computers were already taking over back then in World War II and shit, and they were the ones that set off like the nuclear bombs and this and that. You know, and I thought that's a pretty good you have to. I just thought that those kind of ideas and those kind of stories, man, you have to just bring it. You got to come with fire. You got to come with some heat. You can't just come like The Walking. A perfect example, like what Meta brought was The Walking Dead, and you have seen a lot of people try to bring up zombie books, and it just doesn't work because the community has seen it and seen it before. So we want the next best thing. Now, if you're gonna bring an apocalyptic story, you better bring it with something different that has nothing similar to do with The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't be this. It would have to be like a different type of story
I'll
for
create
it.
That
the Walking
the
Dead.
Oh
the
my
zombie thing has
god.
been
You are the
way
Walking Dead.
overplayed.
You look like the Walking Dead.
Probably. I don't. I sleep probably as much as the Walking Dead. Shit.
All right, KM. I sat quiet.
Oh shit. He about to
Get
go
it,
off.
Jay.
All right.
Bite her
So
up.
the reason why I believe the indies are doing so well is because they're all new stories, they're all new characters. It's not same old. Hey, it's Wolverine again. Hey, it's Batman again. Hey, it's Superman again. Hey, it's Hulk again. All right. It's not a retelling of the same characters over and over, doing all these different things. Right. There's a reason why there's well over 1,000 issues of Batman, because Batman is freaking Batman. But everybody knows what to expect with Batman. Right. There's going to be a bad guy. There's going to be some sort of issue he's got to deal with. He's going to deal with it, and they're going to move on, right? Now you got indies, right? Indies a whole new thing, right? Especially with all this indie horror stuff, right? It's opening up an avenue that the comic authority pretty much had blocked off previously. Now you're getting blood and guts and everything else, and you're seeing, side boob. Pardon my language, but you're getting all that, right? You're seeing comic creators bringing in all fresh ideas, all new characters, all new storylines. That's why these indies are doing so well. And I'm going to tell you right now, DC learned something, right? And I don't think Marvel's caught on yet. That's why DC picked up James Tynion to start his own comic run. It ain't going to be a never-ending story. It's going to be a such and such issue amount. And he's going to be releasing on that next week, AM?
What?
I was waiting for you to hit it. That's what I was saying. I was waiting for you to hit it, Jay, because DC has to get smart and keep Tinian.
Oh, you're talking about the Lake House.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes out next week. You're right.
Yeah, guys, I mean, DC, they may be lacking in other areas, but they learned what the indies are doing, what the indie companies are doing. And they brought in one of the best in the business to come
DC Black Label. DC Black Label has been really, really good these 2 years.
Now, I'm looking forward to this stuff, man. I enjoy reading indie comics. All the trade papers that I've gotten from you guys are all freaking indie. Not a single one. And if you look at my shelves, my personal hardback, paperback, and trade papers and everything else, man.
All
Every
DC.
one of them, it's all Marvel and DC. All Marvel and DC. It's my guys that I loved growing up. But everything I'm getting nowadays, it's nothing but indie.
Porn.
Yeah. I'm just, I think they figured out a niche that hasn't ever been really fulfilled. And like Ice Cream Man is nothing but independent stories every issue. They nailed something there. And I don't know if that's going to be, and same way with Department of Truth, right?
Yep.
That's it's not like you got to pick up the next 5 issues to get the story. They did something right.
My question to you guys, I don't know, has Ice Cream Man been picked up or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, I don't
Where's
think
Keith
so.
at? We need Keith.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Keith runs the Ice Cream Man fan board on Facebook, along with a couple others.
Issue number 1 is going for at least over $100, right?
Raw?
And, yeah, 250, right? So imagine if it does get picked up. Jay just hit a perfect point about indies. It's a story that you can pick up at any run. Each show or each episode would be a different, like a different book, dude. Each book would be a killing. I mean,
Popeye, you came just in time, brother, man.
Popeye, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's in development.
Oh, it is in development. Oh shoot, yeah. They bet that's a good idea, bro. Because, like, also too, something's killing the children. But that is a run. You do have to read it, but I mean, at least you can pick up in volumes because that one is going to start a new little horizon, and it's when it comes out. What issue? What 17 a.m. or what is it? Or 18?
17. Or no, didn't it start? It started at 16. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so yeah, but I'm just saying, man, it is pretty good. I wanted to bring this topic up to you guys because as a community, I was always picking up indies, man. Always picking up indies, and then when we come to the auctions, you guys always pick up some books, and you guys always pick up some good Marvel and DC books, and a couple indies here and there. But lately, you guys been killing it with the indies, and I was just like, wait, is it indie takeover in 2021 or what's going on? It's good to see good books being made. I still haven't read issue 2 on Geiger, but that's what I'm saying, man. There's so many books that you can get your hands on. Some I couldn't even bring to the table to talk about, but yeah, man. I just wanted to get your guys' perspective on the market with the
I think
indie.
one of the things that are going to kill the flipping of indie books is I guarantee you the indie companies, the writers, the publishers are looking at, wow, our books are picking up. They start getting into a story, and they'll start to overprint it, and that's where I think a lot of the.
Well, you can't blame them for doing that, though. Like,
No, not at all, dude. They don't
But
make their
that brings
money
up
on the flip. They make their money out of the gate. So
that brings up a topic that I mentioned to KM. He had asked about Nottingham. So obviously, yeah, you know that we increased our order due to the fact that the low distribution level of Nottingham from Madgate. What I had told him, that book is always going to sell out because the publishing company won't print more to keep it that.
Well, if you keep out your guns, then you should have a good marketplace for it. But if you start overprinting, then you're right. I feel I feel like you don't have to underprint. I feel like you should give a fair print count, and then if you don't pick it up, that's on you. And I
Well,
think you.
dude, any business should know their market and watch the growth and develop their product and bring enough to sell. You know, if you bring too few, um, you know, granted, you're going to help the shit out of the people buying them because a lot of the people that'll buy them will be the guys that want to flip them. You know, the people that would actually want to read them, you know, they're going to have to take what's left over or order it off of somebody who's going to, you know, charge it 3 times more than cover, you know? So people will lose interest if they keep having to buy these books for a shit ton of money. Now, me as a reseller, I enjoy that environment. Yeah, underprint the shit out of it. Hopefully, I can pick one up on the cheap and sell it in a month or so down the road for 3 times the price. But it, you know, that's not fair to the reader that wants to read these stories because they may not be able to get one. I mean, they're not going to every LCS. You know, the internet buyers are buying the shit out of them. The eBay flippers, you know, so comic book stores may not even be looking at these things.
So a good question would be what to print it all the way, but then comic making fun of that the other day. But would you go to a 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th print of #1, fam? I mean, that's a serious question. Like because
yeah, why not?
you would still keep the #1. You would still keep the #1 at its high value, and it starts going into lesser tier values as you get to the later printings, right?
Not
Or what were you
really.
gonna say, J1?
Yeah, because
I was going to say bad idea publishing.
Bad idea.
No. Bad. The actual publishing company. Bad idea.
what the reprints?
No. So they
The
did
reprint?
the Hero Trade. They did ENIAC. What is it? Tankers, Whalesville. They got a whole stream of books coming out. You can't buy them. I mean, only a set amount of comic book companies, like comic book stores, can get them. And the only way to get on that list, to get picked up, is for somebody else to get off the list or to do something that's against Bad Ideas laws and regulations, because they have laws and regulations that comic book stores have to follow. Like they have to sell them at face value for the first 30 days. After 30 days, they can sell them at whatever price they want. Right? Now, like
No, well, you got some
in the
comic shops that
state-
sell books like $20 on day one.
exactly.
No,
but
what
any
he's
company that's
saying
found
is
that did that, they have
Exactly.
dropped them. They have dropped them from their listing. They no longer receive Bad Idea comics. It's
Nice.
and but the thing is, like in the state of Oklahoma, right? The entire state of Oklahoma. It's not a small state. There are 3 comic book stores that are on Bad Ideas list.
Yeah, but there's only 4 people there.
Oh, whatever.
That's a valid point.
The population of Oklahoma
J1's
is
cousin.
over 1 million. Right?
Well, here's the problem with that. I mean, there's a couple of things that are wrong. The way I think personally how they're operating. I don't believe in putting 8 printings on a book that's a year old. I mean, that's kind of nuts in my personal opinion.
Oh, they don't do that.
You do a second printing, a third printing, whatever the case is, put a big run out there, let it grow organically. You do the trades and let it grow that way. You get people to read it, and every issue that goes on in the series, as the pool of people that are interested in it and are ordering more, you should allow more issues to be printed out to accommodate those people. I don't mean to get into the millions the way you got into the 90s, but I mean, you put out enough for the demand. Because here's the other thing. You got an issue. You have a lot of people out there that are hearing a buzz about a lot of these books and never even read one book. They don't even know what the story is about. The story could suck for everybody, for what everybody knows. But they know. Berserker, that's the Keanu Reeves thing. ENIAC. That's another thing. All the bad idea books. Everybody has to get one because they're so hard to get. But what if you finally get one in your hands and it sucks? Let the audience actually get a chance to read these things, and if they're good, just increase their print runs, and then the first issues will be super hot. I'm gonna go back to the Turtles again. Look how valuable that first Turtle book is. The reason it's so valuable is because there was a really small print run. The entire series didn't have that small print run. It started to grow over the years as the following got bigger and bigger. It just, it's one of those things that they're trying to keep them artificially low and trying to make an artificial hype. And I'll be honest with you, the hype better be backed up by the actual quality of the book, because if it's not, sooner or later it's going to catch up with them, and all those books that are selling for hundreds of dollars and maybe a couple $1,000s right now are going to drop to zero at one point.
I mean, there's got to be a way to calculate, how many you should print. I mean, really, honestly, I mean, they've got to have people that read these books and determine, wow, this is gonna fucking be a great book. This has a great storyline, and I'm sure that they were pitched as to how the story was gonna flow. So somebody has to read it and say, yeah, it's a fucking great book. Let's go ahead and print up X amount, and get a fair number out to the market. Because if you undersell them, the actual people who would enjoy the books would have a hard time getting them, because the flippers are the ones that are going to buy them all up.
Hey guys, I gotta run. I gotta something I gotta do. So
You got to see a guy about a thing.
yeah, about a thing. That's it,
No,
man.
thank you, fam. Hey, sorry I couldn't make it earlier, but I saw you killing it on that at your show earlier. You won me over, fam.
You there in spirit, man.
We didn't need your thumb there, man.
Yeah, we didn't need you. Bringing the fungus.
I wanted to bring the fungus thumb in just for show, but if you guys wanted to send away the black thumb, just let me know. We'll cut it off.
Oh, by the way,
when it falls off, you should use it as a paperweight.
Hey, Meta, don't leave yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, the guy I'm drawing right now is inspired by your thumb, Cam.
I was going to say that's a fire picture.
Are you drawing Miguel right there after he wakes up? Is that what you're drawing, Journey?
I was going to say that's a fire picture. Now you say inspired by my thumb.
So Cam, you good with me dropping it?
Oh, drop it, fam. Yeah, because we're getting on that time.
So it's about that time. We got to get ready to end the show. One of the biggest things that I wanted to mention is that Crossover 7's cover is completely done.
Let's see it.
Done.
Drop it on the A-bomb.
Is it really?
Finished.
Ready?
Damn.
That's
clean, kid.
Fire.
That's the old mod shit right there, bro.
It is done.
That shit sweet, son. Hey, send me over that colored them copies, bro.
The colored one?
Yeah, so I can make some spicy meatballs.
Oh shit.
And some spaghetti, Freddy. Also, I wanna buy a set of those too to do on Friday, man, for a giveaway. Cause I'm gonna be doing a giveaway probably that signed crossover on Friday.
Yeah, man. Definitely. We can talk.
All right, man. Well, it was nice having everybody. Make sure you are picking up them Mafia exclusives, your bums, before they sold out and you get FOMO. But other than that, it's been fun. I love all you guys, man, and I'll see you on the flippity flop.
Peace.
Peace.
So,
Pop-up comic journey.
Those the crossover 7 exclusives should.
That's me.
That's cat.
Oh, it jumped out of order because Meta left. The crossover 7 exclusives should be going up for pre-sale probably Wednesday, right? We're gonna shoot for Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday or Monday, whenever your boy finishes up the. Oh, that's nice, Kami.
I don't know if it's nice.
Pull the camera
It's
back
weird.
so you can see it.
Hold on. Can you see it?
Pull the camera back. Back more. Back. Oh, cool.
There you go.
It's getting
That
there little
really
by
does
little.
look like KM.
Oh my!
That face started to appear in the thumb.
I started. At least I shaved, man. I was like, I don't get that much hair on my head.
That's not your head. That's your body, man.
Oh man, look at you.
So yeah, but without further ado, I appreciate you, Tim, and Comic Journey for coming out. Yeah, Cat 60 and J1, you too. You guys always come though.
I just want to say that was a sick video.
I mean, your wife did it, so I mean, hey man, appreciate her. Like I said,
I told AM to see if she down to be future AM KM.
one of AMKM's editors.
Just throwing it out there, Mr. Price.
I'm not the one you got to talk into it.
Hey man,
I know.
let me know. But yeah, that's one of the big news is crossover number 7 will drop probably this week. There, if you missed the introduction to that video, hit the rewind or go to Posers because Poser will show it. He'll show it off today, as well as don't forget to pick up Comic Book Posers exclusive Tales Told in Techno Horror and Metas before it sells out. It's the Electric Black, a second print, man. But
Hey, man, I made a trade with him. Did you get that?
You made a trade with who?
With Poser for one of those.
No, I can talk to him on the back end though.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys mute me?
No.
No, I think you muted.
You guys muted me, man.
The only person that can mute you is me.
You got me.
My hands are off the keyboard.
Don't worry, I'll get you back.
What? I didn't do anything.
You were talking about yourself, Jenny. What did you do, AM?
God.
I can't believe you're doing this to our guests, fam.
Yeah, I would never.
He's not going to buy any more of your weirdo books.
Not
No,
cool,
he needs
man.
my weirdo books. Well, actually, I'm not the king of weirdo anymore. That's
A bunch of droids.
I need more weirdo inspiration for these kind of drawings.
All right, man. But yeah, man. Appreciate everyone that watched it.
I'll play a video and promote it on my channel, telling everybody how weird it is.
So that's gonna do it for us this week. Appreciate each and every one of you guys that joins us every time we come live, talking about all the things that we talk about. But J1 said, play the video one more time, and that's gonna be our outro for today.
I
For all
appreciate you guys having me.
that missed it, and yeah.